Hope you guys are well. It seems I've caught the streamer's bug this evening. It's been kind of a long week, and so I'm looking to open the DAW and make some progress here. I've kind of been itching to make ambient music, and it's kind of a nice prospect because it feels like, music like that can be anything. So I kind of just want to make a few sounds in Serum, maybe plot out some seventh chords and see if we can make an ambient track. So tell me if the stream looks okay. I haven't fired it up in about a week and a half, it seems, so maybe longer. Start on a high note. That one seems pretty steady. It sounds like a fifth interval. So we'll just type that guy in. Let Serum know what to expect and plop that right there. Kind of eyeball it. We're going to process it so that we get a better frame. We want to do half the total number so that it doubles up. That actually looks pretty good. I'll do a few more things that I like to do with this. Normalize each. Before we do that, actually, let's do this. Set it so that the fundamental pitch doesn't shift. I'm gonna eyeball that, make sure we like what we did. Normalize each gain separately. Then we'll fade the edges as well. I really should take a listen to this. I don't know if we'll just do that for now. And use our computer keyboard. Oh. We'll just rename that. So ideally we should have a pretty smooth result here. Sort of smooth, especially if I move a bit slower through it. Let's see, there are a few frames here that are kind of funky. Especially when we get towards the end of it, so we'll cool. Getting closer. I'm just gonna put on a filter. More pleasant to audition that way. Whoops. Our mountain range that we've got here now. Okay. Make a few choices here. Ooh. Let's do this. So if we choose a morph, it's going to add more frames if I'm not mistaken, sort of like in between stuff. Let's try the spectral. There we are. So ideally we would have generated frames from that. Woo! That's pretty smooth. I mean, it doesn't sound like much, but you know, let's start. I like that shifting character. Pretty cool. I really haven't even got a tempo yet. It's sort of that anything could happen territory here. I'm going to turn it down on my system so that I can boost it here and you guys can actually hear it. That's just a C, isn't it? I think C minor is a pretty typical key, like the E flat major, for me to compose in, just how it lands on the keyboard. So I'm thinking if I really want to make something in C minor. Let's plot out some notes here. We'll go D, why not? Been listening to a lot of, as per usual, a lot of Casino versus Japan. Yeah, this American producer kind of keeps to himself, but he makes really great stuff, and he'll make things which are in a major key, but they're kind of like ethereal and distant. So I guess that's what I'll go for this time around. One, 3, 8 with the D major, and then if we take that down to a C, how are these shifting? Would that be a 9th technically? Here. F sharp, that'd be a tritone. Above C. Pretty funky. Maybe we could try to, if we're going for a C9 sound, we could try to choose a better chord tone for that, maybe. That's pretty cool. Make a few, maybe flesh out this loop a little bit. So we're pretty fortunate, stumbled upon that C9 sound off of the D major. So if we... Where does it go from there? I had to do it voice by voice, I think. harmony like this is sort of the final frontier for me. I feel like it's not my wheelhouse, so I really have to be methodical about it. I wonder if I can stay on that high note. Where's this going? Ooh, I could go. Ooh. I'll just try it. I don't think it's right, but. It's an A. Pardon me. So I don't mind that one bit. Kind of intriguing where it's technically well, I want to say a 2-note voicing. There's obviously 3 notes, but it's octavized here, and then these ones are 3 separate notes back to something that has an octave, if I'm not mistaken. That's an A, and then that's a 5th above it. That's intriguing. Alright, so where are the voices going? So we have... I guess we'll keep that high note. Okay, why not? It doesn't have to be like mind-blowing. I'll just do it like this. I like it. Great. Cool. So we have kind of a nice sequence here. Very Casino versus Japan-esque. We could do a lot with it. We could add a backbeat to it, but I've not been playing nice with heavy beat music lately, so we'll just try to make it sort of ambient. And we'll do that by making the sound more intriguing. So maybe adding a bass as well. And put a simple LFO on the filter, and then it's always a nice trick to have that triplet figure, sort of a slower, so it subverts the downbeat of the planing of the chords, but it's still like predictable enough to where it sounds kind of sweet against the chords, if that makes sense. The rhythm of it works out. Maybe I'll make it more subtle and add some dimension to it via reverb. It's a little bit thin, so I might actually superimpose another oscillator onto this. Can hardly hear that compressor. It's probably because my settings are so light here. That's alright. It's just kind of doing what I need it to do though, you know, nothing terribly much. I wonder if we can coax some more harmonic content with like distortion and everything. Yeah. It's a nice little sequence. I wonder what happens if I take that down an octave. Is it not already bypassed? What's going on here? What instrument do we use? Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so we have oh, buddy. Feeling it. Let's see. I can't find my EQ. Ah, there we are. I think it's time we went into the nether. We're going to splice, baby. Buckle up. I'm wondering if I can find like a breakbeat, something. We'll just dive right into it. It's not easy to capitalize upon artistic inspiration, so we're just gonna catch that jellyfish, that elusive EDM jellyfish. Let's see. I guess me and Splice got a little thing going on. I'm actually learning how to use it. A little bit clunky, but you know, do what we can. I do wonder, because it doesn't look like it's synced. It says it is, but not synced to my project, that's for sure. In fact, let's just see if we can reopen it here. What came first, the plugin or the app? Let's see. So there's that. Okay, I think it's working now. Cool. Whoa, dude. Hold up. Cool. Alright, well, we know. Everybody, follow the link to my Kickstarter. Same tools, different boy. I'm just here, using Ableton. Support me now. Smash that subscribe button and give me a follow. I mean, we might have to time correct that. It's nice and swingy, but our rhythms are straight otherwise. like that quite a bit, so let's just do this. Oh, I finally know how many credits I have now. Many questions when it comes to Splice. Okay, we'll see if it's worth it to to time correct it. Wow. To time correct it. Is this what happens when I stream? I make explainer videos? Oh boy. Let's just see if this works anyway. Yeah, I've been liking Splice quite a bit. Now that I'm actually attempting to use it properly, it's like, oh, you need a thing? Alright, it's there. So, pretty convenient, I suppose. Alright then, I guess we're gonna time correct this. So is this like a true variation? Yeah, so we might catch just the first half of this anyway. Yep. Trying to think of how I want to do this. I could. Okay, let's just try this then. Ah, it's a little rough. Okay, I got it. So I thought I'd give a lot of time before and after, just set us up for success here. I usually just have the projects default to complex. As far as samples go, the Complex Pro has more control, but I've never quite understood what's going on here, so I usually just do complex anyway. I'll have to read up on that again. Some things you just read up on into infinity, but you never retain it, so that's how it goes anyway for me. Right. So this is a little bit tedious, but it's worth it in the end, especially if you get good results. We're just going to put this marker here close to our transients so that we can then move things around. I usually put a marker on the transient following the one I'm about to manipulate, just so that everything after it doesn't start to shift all crazy, and it's just sort of this space here that changes. So let's go in, adjust this guy. That's quite a bit of it before it's set to hit, so let's move this over a little bit. Alright. That's okay, I might nudge it a bit like this. Perfect. And it might seem counterintuitive to do this without listening. In fact, it is. But usually I just sort of eyeball it so that a little bit of it is occurring before the beat that it's set to hit on. Sort of that lead-in quality, and that way you're not behind the beat, but a little bit ahead of it, which works out well for dance style music anyway. So once again, we're going to identify that transient, which is a little bit beyond the one that we're working on. And then we're just going to nudge this guy over, just like that. Just like this. Might audition those first few beats just to make sure we're not too far off. And yeah, it should be good. Let's see what we got here. Yeah. Okay, so I can already tell that that's going to be nice. We'll just follow this formula for the next little bit here. And then once we get this drum beat all nice and marked up, we'll move on to a different part. But yeah, I just wanted this to be like a succinct little, it kind of sounds alternative or new wave or whatever you want to call it, IDM. Plan for like a shorter song, and then if it's longer, then it'll be a pleasant surprise. So there's that. How do we do this one? So there's a little bit of a dip. This guy is more ambiguous about that. So let's move it ahead kind of a lot. Uh-oh, did I? Okay, we're good. Cool. Looking good. We still have quite a ways to go. So I'm just going to try and get down and dirty. Let's see. And so live is pretty cool in that it already anticipates where the markers could be to make the most sense for adjusting them, which is pretty helpful. Just to get into that vicinity. And this guy's occurring quite early. That looks okay. Then go to the transient beyond. Move on to the one we want to change. Or reposition rather. Just that. Pretty cool. And we're maybe a third of the way there. Bear with me, guys. So notice how that first part really feels solid, and then there's a little bit of unease at the latter half. So we're just trying to mitigate that and make it on point, you know, make it sound like it should. So it feels good to be streaming. I think you guys are all asleep. I know that there's maybe 1 or 2 people in the UK who watch me. So if you've gone all nighty night, that's all right. I guess I could have just started by placing all the markers first, but you know. What are we trying to be productive here? It really doesn't have to be as concise as I'm attempting to make it, but that's just my nature. I guess it's nice for me to just kind of make sort of the same adjustments each time, you know? That felt like quite a distance, but I'm zoomed in quite a lot, so if I'm making the same sort of adjustments each time, then it should sound consistent in theory. And then we're just going to do this. But I hope you guys are well, jumping and jiving. I've just been obsessing over like, how do I make good music? So the unanswerable question. I think you just try. You just go for it. Put in the time. Put in the effort. Be nice to your friends. Call your mom, and then can't speak for everybody, but you know. Just be nice, you know. John's Guide to Music 2021. Hey man, just be nice. All right, moving in on it. 90% of the Frescobaldi stream is just like, we gotta move these markers. I know you guys are wanting to hear music, but we gotta move those markers, man. Hopefully I'm not too far off after doing all this. Put that guy there. Let's just audition it. What do you know? It's working out. We're gonna have to add more effects to this because I don't want it to be like explainer video music. That's alright. I'm speaking too soon. It's just very primitive right now. We'll add more. I think once we have some sort of bass element, it'll help out a whole lot. I told myself I wouldn't talk a lot for this stream, but sometimes there's a bit of a symbiosis that happens where it actually kind of works out to talk it through. Kind of like when I was playing Rocket League with a friend and I was speaking out every move I made before I made it. It's like something about vocalizing it that solidifies it, and then you can kind of test and see what's going on. It'd be a real tragedy if I weren't streaming right now. Okay, we're good. Cool. Living our best life, just, you know, Ableton things. I like it. Just gonna do this. This was the very first beat that I auditioned for this, which I'm glad I found it early because, man, this is taking a little while. I like how I've adopted the mentality of a producer who has the band staring over his shoulder. Like, come on, man. We just want to track our guitars. Hurry it up. Okay. So let's continue. We're very close, zoning in on it. Okay. Let's get it together there. Bah. I guess I have this thing about zero crossings there. It's just like, it has to be right on. I felt like I was channeling Sean Connery for a second there. Rest in peace. So, okay, so that's why I did this. Because there's a little bit of before action before it actually hits. Before action before it actually. That's poetic. It's the kind of content you get. The Fresco Baldi stream, baby. Look out. Geez, when's the next Julian Gray Fix Your Project? My man in LA, Julian Gray. He slays every day. Great producer. I love the detail he gets out of his lead synths and all that. Whatever synth has that sweet melody line. Check out his new track, Air, with 28 millimeters and an additional friend who I've forgotten the name of. My mistake. Yeah, his stuff is always pretty great. During his feedback streams, I'm always consistently impressed as to how quickly he can get good results. And so it's led to me being able to go in on my own and make quick EQ adjustments like I did with this. I probably spent about 10 seconds on that, and it's through watching him. And it's okay to just sort of take hold of it and make the choices quickly that you think could benefit the sound. So it takes a little bit of listening and experience, but you know, it all comes together once you know. I think the big takeaway is people's inclination. At least a lot of people are inclined to make very surgical EQ choices, and which, if anything, that might be indicative of not choosing the right sound initially. So it's a tough road, but if you make the right compositional choices, it's a lot easier, and choosing the best sounds that you can. So, and what that means differs depending on the project, but it's rough, man. It takes a while. It takes a while to learn this stuff. I've been doing this for almost 8 years, and I'm finally making music that I actually dig. So it's crazy. All right, let's see how this is sounding. We have that going on. Okay, perfect. So we're just about ready, in a position where we can just kind of copy this infinitely. I wonder. Okay, so we can really set ourselves up here for success. So let's go in. This is an 1/8 note value. Take that little bit of before information and we'll plant it right here. Nope, not right there. Right. I thought this was an 1/8 note. All right, must be a 16th note. Okay. I'll turn it off, and then we'll set some fade values. So we have that little anticipatory thing for the kick there. Just want it to live there so that when we copy this, it'll, you know, be where it needs to be. Just like that. And we should be good to go. Very cool. A+. Yeah. Yeah, we're just, at this point, we're just making a Casino versus Japan song, which has been my whole life for 2 years. Oh, very, very great producer, so I'm just sort of enamored with his material. And I think it's really showing here, so that's why I'm ranting about it. Oh, my mic stand's too high. Okay, so how do we proceed? There's a few things we could do. I guess it's time for some LFO tool sidechain, which is maybe the most convoluted way of doing it, but when you're having a beat like this, like more of a breakbeat thing, it's easy with house. You just have it at a quarter note value doing the upslope, but you actually have to set up MIDI to trigger it with this, so. But we can do it. Let's try it. So you're not left with a lot of space to work with, but it's, you know, pretty robust way of doing it. You just have this small, I kind of wish you could zoom in rather, on that area and make more finite adjustments to this slope, but just kind of the way it is, you know, it's fine. I'm a sucker for really subtle side chains, so we have halfway wet there. The depth is at 50%, 51. Right, so that's really all I wanted to do with the drums there for now. Now we just have to think of like how to evolve this arrangement a little bit. It could just be a simple meditation on a new chord for the bridge, and then right back into the main groove with some extra textures and all that. And like I was saying earlier, it can be very brief, and if it's longer, then it's a pleasant surprise. Might be the piano which is making it sound all explainer video like, so we'll try a new sound. I really need to find a way to record the audio and video separately for these things, because I feel like I could compile it into a more snappy YouTube video. I think you guys would get more out of it if I did that, so something to think about in the future. It's just like that final step that I need to make everything like cohesive. Maybe I can look into it this weekend, and that way I can make better YouTube content after the fact, as opposed to uploading these hour or 2 hour long streams, so, which are nice, you know, but only for the very patient and very curious. So pretty good results right away. I'm gonna go into the F6 here and see if we can't smoothen smooth it over. So we're gonna figure out the frequency of that highest note. If you guys watch my streams, you know that I'm crazy about this technique. Spectrum. because F6 is kind of hard to work with. Let's see, so we're gonna... Oh, I like that reverb tail. I've already forgotten where the frequency is. I think it was 727. All right, let's see. Like that. Hold up. Yes. It's about time we went for a bass line, so pull up our Reese. All right, a little bit basic. Tempted to pull out the bass guitar, but I don't know if I'm about that life. Probably would sound pretty sweet. Nah. Gamloso Maximo, it's good to see you. I wish I could quickly translate, else I would. But I appreciate you speaking to me nonetheless. What's up? What can I do for you? I might have to change that bass line a bit up, like change it up a little bit, because just meditating on that D major doesn't seem to be cutting it. So let's see. Yeah. What is that? That third chord, anyway. It's an A. You see, it's an A5. Okay. Curious. So I don't know if I want to go into that low of a register there. Could maybe get away with it, so we'll just do that. I don't mind that one bit. Let's go in. It's kind of lacking in the whole sound design thing. The basses, I should say. See if we can fix it anyway. Let's do this. All right, we're getting somewhere. If we could get a bridge going, it'd be money. But let's resolve that bass first. Get it finished with, and then we'll continue. I hope you guys are doing well. I appreciate you chatting with me in this unscheduled stream of mine. Alright, so we have some LFO tool triggers, and so what we're going to do, it's going to copy not quite right. That's okay. I don't know what I did though. So it's going to the respace. Let's try this one then, see if that works. I'd almost be better off just automating a utility, I feel like, because this one is begging to be more specific relative to the pad. So let's go into the utility here. Well, kind of redundant, but hey. Why do I have so much on this? This is funny. Delete. Da 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 da. So, right, okay, so we'll go in, try this first, I guess. I'm just gonna say this. It must be a generational thing to sit and watch the news for hours on end. I couldn't do it. It's a lot of talking heads and a lot of anger and frustration. Certainly not for me. I have enough anxiety as it is. To each their own, I guess. So they're really not going to teach you anything. It's all a conspiracy, man. All right. Yeah, so what I would really love to do and what might make this stream a success is if I had maybe like an 8-bar bridge with a new chord and then back into the first part and filling it out with maybe some sort of noise oscillator sequence or effect or something. Just make it more ambiguous and far away. I always wonder if I actually have the stamina to write a song, an entire song within like one day. I've done it before, and it's usually the best music. Where it's still a puzzle, but it's not an impossible one, so... I'm starting to like this. Let's see. Clip it and ship it, baby. Let's see. It's like that. Just like that. I'll just go for like a funky noise oscillator thing, I think. Yeah, I like that. This is kind of in a lower register, it seems. I do wonder if I need to bring those notes up, though. Let's see. I guess not. Let's see. Pretty nuts. Maybe I'll just... I like that so much, though. We'll keep it for a bit. It's almost like the bassist made a mistake or something. That. It's funky and it's different. All right, so hey Serlene, thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. So we're encroaching upon, well, what I think the end is, for the initial idea at least. I just wanted a bridge and then back into the first part. We're going to make a cool little noise oscillator thing that appears during the bridge and carries out through this second chorus, if you will, or verse. Is it a verse or a chorus? Well, I'd say it's a verse. We'll call it a verse. That second verse, just to fill it out, and yeah, should be golden. Let's see what we got anyway. Make sure that this is functioning. Hold up. Alright, I guess it's time for that noise oscillator. Actually make it. Stop talking about it. I like this. It's sort of a robust little arrangement. It's very satisfying to just delete all the things that we're not using. So, and to see that it's only 5 tracks thus far, I'm liking that a whole lot. So go in, new MIDI track. Right, okay. I still got my key commands. go in and just a very simple noise. I quite like, if I don't speak too soon here, see if I can even find it. So if we look at this, the ARP white noise, I like that one a lot. It's pretty sweet. So kind of a funny thing to try, but bear with me for a second. Why, thank you, Jackson the Best. I'm quite happy with this one. Just cooked it up today, so. Gonna get that snare hit in on the and of 4, if I remember how to use Ableton Live. Turn this off. Let's do this. Yeah, the noise oscillator worked out quite well, which I'm happy about. It's sort of like my go-to way of filling out the space. It's kind of funny, kind of alien. That's why I like it anyway. So let's see what we got going on here. Trying to make that transition more sensical, so I thought, why not have a drum fill, quote unquote. Alright, so it's not quite there yet. That second verse. The introduction to it's kind of weird. It's almost like we need some bass on the downbeat there. Hey look, the bass is missing. Hope you guys don't mind me clicking around. Let's see. Loading. My brain is working real hard right now. Let's see. Okay. All right, we got a thing. Now, do we continue, or... I don't really have an idea for the next bit. This is about as much as I thought of. Not that it shouldn't be. It could be something quite different. But yeah, this is pleasant. I wonder. I'm just a little bit concerned because I don't know if I'd be able to finish it later. I wonder if I should just work off of the inspiration of having this now and seeing if I can finish it out. Let's listen back and find out. So, in fact, I'm going to grab some water. I'll be right back. Okay. So we're at that very telling moment where we have to listen to it back. I have this Streamlabs chatbot thing going on, but I haven't seen any automated messages. I thought that I programmed it correctly. Oh well. Back to the song. This is a lot less frantic than what I was trying to make yesterday, so that's probably why it worked out so well. Stumbled upon a few nice chords and then said, hey, let's work with it. Alright, let's see what we got. Let's get that bridge on the tail end of it just to finish it out. Then I'm thinking some third idea and then verse chorus out, whatever that section is right here. Should be good. Yeah, so this is just like a little innocent, I guess you can call it IDM thing. Doesn't have to be too long, but I also don't want it to be too short. Looking at the duration right now, just at 2 minutes. Cool. So anything that we tack on at the end here will really help our case. So let's see. There's a few notes that I maybe wanted it to play or not. Okay, yeah, so this, then we're gonna go in, kind of do that. All right, we're cooking. We're cooking with DAWs. Okay, maybe I spoke too soon. Let's see. Oh boy. Everybody hold on to your hats. Do this. It's really not that hard. Okay, well, I've been John. This is Frescobaldi Music. I appreciate your viewership. I'll catch you next time. Right now, I don't have a schedule. I kind of needed to get rid of it just so that this stuff didn't feel like a chore. And just, you know, I felt inspired today, and so I did it. And we'll see in the future. We'll see if I don't do this at regular times. Anyways, I've been John. Good to see you, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.